Let's understand freedom in this video. Have you ever been told what to do and wished you could decide for yourself instead? Freedom means not being controlled unfairly and having real chances to decide about your life, work, and the future you want today. So, freedom has two parts: freedom from unjust limits and freedom to develop skills and talents with support and real opportunities for everyone. People and nations value independence. They protect culture, dignity, and work so future generations can have respect and opportunity in future too. We learn about freedom best through stories. Let us look at two leaders whose lives teach different sides of this idea now. Nelson Mandela fought apartheid in South Africa, a system that kept people apart by race and denied basic rights and opportunities for decades. He spent 27 years in prison, often alone, giving up his youth so he could end racial injustice and change unfair laws. Aung San Suu Kyi was inspired by Gandhi and used non-violent resistance to press for democracy in Myanmar patiently and peacefully. She spent many years under house arrest, separated from her family, and wrote Freedom from Fear to explain why overcoming fear matters. Their stories show freedom is more than leaving prison. It is about dignity, rights, and the chance to build a fair life for all. So, freedom means both the absence of unfair constraints and presence of conditions like education, healthcare, and chances to choose what to do. Constraints can come from domination, external control, colonial rule, apartheid, or social systems like caste and deep economic inequality even today too. Democracies give people ways to check rulers through voting and debate, but they can still impose restrictions that must be explained and defended. Leaders like Subhash Chandra Bose argued that removing social and economic constraints is necessary to make freedom meaningful for common people everywhere. We need rules to prevent chaos, to resolve fights peacefully, and to protect safety in everyday matters like parking, land, or public behavior. Still, we must tell apart necessary limits from arbitrary or oppressive ones and ask whether a rule is justified and proportionate today. John Stuart Mill's harm principle says people should be free unless their actions harm others, and society may stop actions that cause real harm. Mill also divided actions into self-regarding, affecting only oneself, and other-regarding, which affect others and may need restriction or law. For many small harms, Mill preferred social criticism or conversation instead of legal punishment, keeping force for serious danger to others only. In India, freedom of speech is subject to reasonable restrictions which must be justified, proportionate, and protect public order, security, or decency. Negative liberty means freedom from interference, a private space where the state or others do not censor or arrest you without good reason. Positive liberty means freedom to act, having education, healthcare, and political chances, so people can actually use their choices and talents every day. Both negative and positive liberty matter and often help each other. But positive liberty arguments can be misused to justify authoritarian power. Freedom of expression is a core area of non-interference, allowing debate, art, and ideas that help society learn and discover truth. Sometimes books, films, or plays are banned after protests. Examples show banning may stop debate and hurt freedom in the long run greatly. Censorship works like banning. Even rules that stop staff from writing about an employer raise questions about when limits are clearly justified. Constraints are often backed by social, religious, cultural, or state authority, which makes them difficult to challenge without law, support, or courage. The lives of Mandela and Suu Kyi show sacrifice and deep moral commitment are part of fights for freedom and dignity across nations. So true freedom needs removing unjust constraints and creating conditions where people can develop capabilities, learn skills, and participate fully in society. Political ideas like Mill's harm principle and the split between negative and positive liberty help us judge when restrictions are fair and needed. A balanced approach protects individual autonomy while making sure any limit is proportionate, justified, and aims to protect everyone's rights and well-being. So, what do we learn? Freedom must remove unfair limits, provide enabling conditions, and protect dignity, while balancing rights and responsibilities together. Let us quickly remember. Freedom means freedom from unfair control and freedom to develop talents with education, healthcare, and fair chances for all. Keep exploring, ask questions, and read more stories on EduRev to grow curious and confident about ideas of freedom step by small step.